I almost got scammed in the worst way possible, and I didn't even realize it until the last second. This happened one evening when I was outside just minding my business and walking back home. It was getting a bit dark, and the street wasn't too crowded, just a few people here and there. Suddenly, a guy walked up to me. He looked normal, well-dressed, nothing suspicious at all. He smiled and said, "Hey bro, can you help me for a second?" I didn't think much of it, so I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He told me his phone had died and he needed to make an urgent call. He asked if he could use my phone just for a minute. At first it sounded reasonable. I mean, it happens sometimes, right? So I took my phone out, but something in my mind told me to be careful. Instead of giving him the phone directly, I said, "Okay, tell me the number. I'll call for you." That's when things started to feel a bit strange. He hesitated for a second and then said, No, it's okay. I'll just dial it myself. It's faster." Now my brain started working. I remembered hearing stories about people taking phones and running away, so I held my phone tighter and said again, "It's fine, just tell me the number." He looked slightly annoyed, but then gave me a number. I dialed it and put it on speaker. The phone started ringing. But here's the weird part. He suddenly moved a bit closer to me and tried to take the phone from my hand while it was ringing. That moment, everything clicked in my head. I immediately pulled my hand back and said, "Bro, what are you doing?" He laughed awkwardly and said, "Relax, I just want to talk properly." At that point, I knew something was off. I quickly ended the call and stepped back. Then his whole attitude changed. He looked at me and said, "Why are you acting like that? I just asked for help." Now I was a bit angry, but also cautious. I said, "Yeah, and I helped. That's enough." There was a few seconds of silence. He stared at me, and I could feel the tension. Then he just shook his head and walked away. As he was leaving, I noticed he went straight to another person and tried the same thing. That's when I realized this was his plan all along. If I had given him my phone directly, he probably would have just run away with it. I stood there for a moment, thinking about how close I was to losing my phone, you know? After that day, I became way more careful when strangers ask me for help like that. It's not about being rude, it's about being smart, because not everyone who looks normal has good intentions. Moral of the story? Always trust your instincts, because sometimes your brain sees danger before you do.